What's up, guys? HTG Brian here, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video. This is level 28, Endor the Line Story. No trophy achievements found in this, however, we do get a couple of extra Kyber bricks. In fact, we get one for completing the story, and two more for hitting that blue stud status towards the true Jedi. So, as you can see, we don't quite hit the purple, so nothing special there. No mini kits or challenges found, as this is the story, but this is actually one of the most epic scenes and probably the most anticipated part for me in this revival of the LEGO Star Wars stuffs. I've really been excited for the old speeder bikes, and it's almost time. But first, we got to go ahead and hop in the old X-Wing and take off to Dagobah. We've got some unfinished business with Sir Yoda. And you can see here, we're going to choose Dagobah from our map and choose Dragon Snake Bog. It's better than the Bog of Eternal Stench, though, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, we'll go ahead and take off. And as per usual, I have sped up the old travel sequences, but not removed them. Soon enough, we'll be to that free play, and all non-essential cutscenes, travel scenes, and gameplay will be removed and even slightly sped up. So that'll be kind of a bonus for me, because less talking. I know some of you guys appreciate it, some of you guys hate it. Either way, it's going to change soon. All right, and that's only when we get to the free play. The story videos are just a little bit longer. We generally don't speed things up or whatnot. Hey, look at that. The game tried to fool us. It actually pointed us in the left direction when we needed to turn and go to the right. So, I don't know, maybe we could have gone to the left and it was just a longer route, but I found a nice little shortcut on the right-hand side, and I take out some shrubs along the way. Gotta get them all. Our goal is that 1.5 million when we finish up story, and I think we're well on our way. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what Yoda's got to say. Come closer, closer.
One thing remains. Vader. You must confront Vader.
Is Darth Vader my father?
Your father is. There is another Skywalker.
Yoda will always be with you.
Obi-Wan.
The other he spoke of,
Leia. Leia's my sister?
your insight serves you well.
Come on, R2. We need to get back to the fleet.
All right, so for those of you who have not watched the movies or maybe don't remember them, that's some pretty big news we just got there, right? Like finding out that there is another Skywalker and that Leia is actually our sister? What? I mean, I've known that for a long time, but again, some of you might be finding that out for the first time. But all right, galaxy map, Endor, and we're going to choose Endor space. And we are out of here with another quick sped up travel scene. You know, I guess it's cool. Games have to have loading screens for the most part, right? This is a pretty creative way to make it happen. At the same time, I am, like I said, ready to remove them. All right, we're back in the airspace. We've got home 1 that we need to go ahead and target. So we're going to go ahead and aim for that, hit the old X button, and away we go. We actually land on the old ship here, Endor Space Unknown Regions. Basically, Luke's going to trudge his way through the ship, find out what the plan is with the rest of the people, basically join up and tell everybody that, you know, he's here, he's ready to fight. And unfortunately, if you guys remember from the movie, his journey with them actually sort of compromises the mission because, you know, the Force can sense the Force and Vader senses Skywalker, well, and vice versa. So, all right, we're going to follow the waypoint marker here until we get to this closed door. No more locked doors. Gracias. I put repair order through the maintenance to fix that door, but the maintenance droids are all on the other side of it. So, yeah, real puzzler. So for me, if you look here, I turn around and I look, and R2 is nowhere to be found, right? So I smash a few things, thinking there might be something else. And then all of a sudden, R2 pops out of nowhere. Like, where was this guy hiding R2? I mean, maybe we don't want to know the answer to that. But very interesting scenario there. I was sure we had him with us, but where was he? Which way did he go? Which way did it? All right, solve the puzzle from the inside out. It's just a two-piecer, so it should be easy-peasy. Then we got this nice little GPS waypoint marker that follows us through the ship, and or I shouldn't say follows. We follow it through. It leads us through the ship, and eventually I get a little confused. Or maybe it's in a minute. But here, we'll go ahead and hit the blue halo, and away we go.
Although the weapon system on this Death Star are not yet operational, the Death Star is protected by an energy shield, which is generated from the nearby forest moon of Endor. General Calrissian has volunteered to lead the fighter attack.
Good luck.
However, we can't attack the Death Star until the shield is deactivated.
My team's ready.
I'm with you too.
The snacks for Akbar. The snacks for Ak. Are you kidding me? Old Jane Ponda, as I was calling him in my The Force Awakens playthrough. And the reason for that is because he was one of the only characters that could actually dive into those tiny little ponds. And, you know, Jane Fonda was a pretty popular person back in my childhood days. And so, anyways, it was Jane Fonda just sounded kind of funny. So, anyways, speaking of getting thrown for a loop here, this is one of the first times, or maybe the second time, that I've actually been pretty confused by the GPS waypoint marker. It drives us all the way up to this point here, and it's like, wait a minute, it's not telling me to get into the ship. In fact, when I roll up to it, it's not even giving me an icon to hop in. And I don't know if that's because my other two characters were not there yet. So I'm like, okay, what do I do here? At this point, I'm starting to think, okay, well, I'm probably going to have to replay this now because I have no clue what I'm doing. So I hop onto the old ship caller, and I realize there's a couple with some orange markers there, but that's just indicating new ships. So I try to pull up the Imperial cruiser here that we have. But look at that, now all of a sudden I can use it. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe a display glitch, maybe a user error. Regardless, if you don't have the icon, use the terminal to call it and then try it, and maybe that'll pop the icon up. Speaking of up, we're out of here. We have flown off, and now we're going to slowly make our way towards the next area. What was that? Notice that too? I've been noticing a lot of like weird overlay mishaps, things that shouldn't happen. Like right now, I get there's a character that I can talk to flying around, right? There's a guy, but that shouldn't have popped up when it did. Like, it's very weird. Nitpicking, very small stuff. So far, my experience has been great. I know a few of you have ran into some errors, but so far, my Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga has been pretty flawless. My worst hurdle has been my capture device, which, as of this morning, has officially been replaced with a new one. So, fingers crossed that we don't see any more blips, and I don't have to replay any stuffs. But, all right, we found the Endor, the line starting point, so we're going to go ahead and trigger that. It's going to take us on this nice little flight and land down. Hey, dumb question. I should know the answer to this. What is that other planet in the background there? We're landing on Endor. What is the other planet? Drop a comment down below.
Chewie and I will take care of this. You stay here.
Hey!
Rebel, sound the alert! Great, come on!
All right, we got our boots on the ground here, and sadly, I jinxed myself. I made that comment just recently about no blippage or anything being seen in the edited footage thus far, and almost this whole rest of the video does this blippage about every 10 seconds or so. I'm going to go ahead and deem it not unusable for now. You know, you guys drop me some feedback and let me know how bad you feel it is, if it's unusable. To me, this is unacceptable, you guys. But at the same time, like if this was free play, I would be stopping all stuff. But I know that our story videos don't get as much traction, especially once we get deeper into it. So as frustrating as this is for me, I hope you guys can bear with me a little bit. And I'm going to try one last thing. And then, I don't know, guys. I might be on pause for a while. I might have to go back to streams and return to some recordings at a later date, but All right, so there was a challenge there to go ahead and damage the scout troopers by overloading the generator. There's a generator on the left side and a generator on the right side. If you noticed, I was actually being very strategic with my shots. That is, if you could get past the blippage. I'm hoping that as we get a little deeper into the speeder bikes here, that it does go away. But as it was sort of historically shown in the past, it doesn't necessarily get gooder with time. So... yeah, so this, you know, I know I've been saying how excited I was and anticipating this segment. Obviously, the blippage is very frustrating for me, but what was even more frustrating was the longevity of this level. You know, I think you have to take out 4, and then I think you have to take out 3, and then you got to take out 5. So 3, 4, 5, what's that? That's a lot of guys, and they don't necessarily come right away. Like, this first group is pretty consistent with their timing, but it starts to get way slower. Now, another challenge is to nutmeg an AT-AT, which is to go through the legs of an ice crash and then somehow miraculously make it back and avoid that for later use. We will return in free play. We will make sure the video is not blipped out. And look at that, there's a mini kit on the left side being drug around by one of those scout troopers, and we weren't sure we were going to be able to avoid it, but luckily I was able to. Now, I got to be honest, like, there is some advice coming through from some of our guide writers and people that are further along in the story. They feel that some of the challenges should likely be grabbed in story, as there's going to be some hurdles in trying to get all of them in one run for me later, and it might prove to be sort of problematic for you guys too. However, I have some tricks up my sleeve that should work well for all of us, and so there might be some situations in free play where we load into a level, and we might have to go get a challenge or 2 completed, quit the level, restart it, and then get the mini kits. Very different procedure than what we're used to, but in the end, we're all going to get it. It's going to be a pretty simple process, and I'll just figure out the easiest way to make that happen. Now, that's not a guarantee either. There may be no levels that require that. We may do just a 30 seconds or 20 seconds of backtracking, which may upset some of you, but at the same time, like, if we're getting it all in one go, that's pretty helpful, I think, too. So, boy, I don't know. Is the blippage getting better or worse as this video goes on? Or is it staying the same? I can't tell. And, you know, and for the record, yes, we've tried everything. I know that people have been dropping comments, sending me private messages. Have you tried turning it off and on again? I think some of you are trying to be funny while others are really trying to help. And I can just tell you this, like I told Tyler P and everybody else, like, I've been working with the people who make this device for 7 weeks. I've tried so many different things, different setups, turning different devices on and off, moving USB ports. Right now, there is literally like no software running on the PC that runs the capture except for the capture device itself, my keyboard and my mouse, and then the standard Windows stuff like the Bluetooth functionality. And, you know, I was thinking that maybe there was some sort of conflict with my mouse. Whenever I move my mouse, I seem to get blips in the video, so I stopped moving the mouse. I mean, I'm trying everything, you guys. After 7 weeks of frustration, you can imagine there's probably not a lot of things that I haven't tried. So, you know, I'm always up for suggestions, but just expect a nasty response from me because I've been getting a lot of, you know, help, and it's not any different than the help I've already tried. So, like I said, forgive me if I'm a little bit short with people on help comments, but all right. And speaking of short, I wish this video was a little bit shorter, and I don't mean like nom short. I mean like time frame short, because there's just so much like dead time in between here. Like, I don't understand why it took so long for these troopers to pop up. I mean, seriously. And there we go. We got another one. I sadly think that there's another section of 5 that we have to get now too. So, I mean, it's crazy. And for what it's worth, TCS was sort of tedious on this level too, wasn't it? I mean, it seemed like your aim, even though you aimed right at the guys, you weren't hitting them. I totally remember that. Now, that looks like there might be some free playage down there, down the chute. I'll have to do some guide reading. And speaking of guides, since I got some time here, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to Tyler P for putting together an amazing trophy achievement guide on our main website, HappyThumbsGaming.com. If you haven't checked it out already, please do, especially if you're already through the story and you're trying to find like mini kits and other locations. Most of that stuff is already there as of the recording of this video, so definitely check it out. All right, we're getting really close to the end, the final cutscene. I'm hoping that that's not destroyed with the blippage. And I can't find any consistencies, you guys. It doesn't seem to be certain movements on screen. It doesn't, like, I cannot figure it out. I've tried different bit rates. I've tried different file formats. I've tried so many different things. And again, none of this shows up on my TV while I'm playing. None of this shows up on the preview window from the software while I'm recording. So I don't even know it's bad until I edit the video. And to be honest with you, I scrolled through all of this looking for a cutscene, and I didn't find a cutscene, and I didn't see any blips, so I thought it was all legit, and I accidentally kept the footage and edited it all down. So I'll be better about this in the future. I'm going to make sure that we don't have this. A blip once or twice in a video is probably fine. A blip every 5 to 10 seconds is probably going to be problematic. So we are almost to the end. As you can see, we got 4 or 5. This is the last group of scout troopers that we need to take out. And then we're going to go to the final cutscene, and it'll dump us onto Endor, which does have a little bit... It's not really a story, but it sort of like gives us our next point of interest. And I do believe it's going to be a really short in-between. And oh, to the yeah, we got that blue true Jedi. But not purple. Not the actual true Jedi, just blue.
Luke! Where's Leia?
We got separated.
Chewie, wait, no! Hey, point that thing someplace else.
My head. Oh, my goodness.
Do you understand anything they're saying?
Oh, yes, Master Luke. We are now a part of the tribe.
Leia!
Luke, what's wrong?
Vader is here. He's my father.
Your father.
The Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it.
Somehow, I've always known.
Then you know why I have to face him.
He says he will show us the quickest way to the shield generator.
Woo to the who! That's right, we are in Endor, and the Ewoks are too. All right, so, I'm really confused, you guys, as we're going to see the final totals here. Did you notice that cutscene didn't have any blips in it? That wasn't extra footage. That was the same exact recording. So I just can't figure it out. I'm totally baffled. But level complete free play. Unlock. We got not 1, but 2 extra Kyber bricks for getting that blue stud status, for a total of 3, because we got that 1 for completing the level as well. We managed to dodge all of the challenges for this level. In fact, we also managed to not swoop up any of those mini kits, despite at least one of them being in front of us. I think the one was sort of glitching out. Did you see it sort of bouncing around? But it's hard to see that stuff when it's blipping and distracting you that way. So I'm going to make a promise that that'll be the only video that has anything that bad, and I'm hopefully going to find a resolution sooner than later. But man, at this point, I'm starting to wonder. Might require a new PC or something. But a couple of character variants unlocked, and you think we could trust those fuzzballs? I love that comment that Han says right there. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for level 28. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a comment down below or hit that like button. Tyler P's Trophy Achievement Guide is coming along nicely at HappyThumbsGaming.com. I recommend you check that out. But as for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time. Swoop.